You've been told you need to cook to build muscle. Meal prep. Tupperware? 4 hours on Sunday. Chicken breast at 6 a.m. That's the deal, right? Wrong. There are men right now building serious muscle eating directly out of a can. No stove, no prep, no excuses. And they're doing it for less than you spend on coffee. Here's the exact list. Number 1, canned salmon. Not tuna, salmon. There's a difference and it matters. Tuna gets all the attention because it's cheap and the fitness industry needed a mascot. Salmon does more work. A single can, 150 grams, gives you roughly 30 grams of complete protein. Every essential amino acid. Present, accounted for, ready to go to work. But here's the part nobody talks about. Canned salmon comes with the bones. Soft, fully edible bones. You don't notice them. You eat them anyway. And those bones are delivering calcium and vitamin D in the same can. For men over 50, that combination is not optional. Testosterone production, bone density, muscle contraction, all of it runs on vitamin D. Your doctor probably told you your levels were fine. They weren't measuring what matters. Dose, 1 can. Straight from the can. Fork. Done. No cooking, no pan, no cleanup. If you want to feel civilized, put it on crackers. The muscle doesn't care either way. The supplement industry would put the omega-3s from this can in a soft gel, charge you $40 a month, and call it a premium fish oil stack. It's a $2 can of salmon. Think about that. Number 2, canned sardines. I know, you made a face. Most people do the first time. Eat them anyway. The results don't care about the smell. Sardines are the most nutritionally dense thing on this entire list, and also the most ignored. 1 can, around 23 grams of protein. One of the most concentrated sources of omega-3s you can get from a whole food without cooking anything. And selenium, a mineral your thyroid needs to convert hormones properly, at roughly 90% of your daily value per can. For men over 50, the inflammation angle is not a side note. Chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the primary reasons muscle recovery slows down after 40. You train. You don't recover. You train again. You wonder why you're not growing. Sardines are part of the answer. Dose. 1 can, 3 to 4 times per week. Get them packed in olive oil when you can. That's the version that adds anti-inflammatory fats to the equation. Eat them straight. Put them on whole grain crackers if you need a reason to feel like a functioning adult. Your coworkers will know. Eat them at home. You're building muscle. They're eating a sad desk salad. You win. Number 3, canned chickpeas. Here's where the plant side of this list starts. And before anyone says plant protein is inferior, that's a conversation from 2009. We've moved on. 1 cup of canned chickpeas delivers 15 grams of protein, 12 grams of fiber, and a meaningful dose of zinc and iron. Zinc is the mineral most directly tied to testosterone production in men. Not a supplement, not a powder. A legume. In a can. The fiber matters for men over 50 specifically. Gut health and muscle protein synthesis are connected through pathways most fitness content never touches, because there's no product to sell around it. A healthy gut absorbs protein more efficiently. Chickpeas support that. Directly. Dose. Half a cup to 1 full cup. Rinse them. Eat them cold. Add olive oil and salt if you want something that tastes like a meal. Takes 45 seconds. No stove required. The fitness industry spent 30 years telling you that real gains require animal protein at every meal. Chickpeas have been building muscle in populations across the Mediterranean and Middle East for thousands of years. The fitness industry is 30 years old. Do the math. Here's what's actually happening with this list. Every item on it is pre-cooked, sealed, shelf-stable, ready the moment you open it. That's not a convenience feature. That's a strategic advantage. The number 1 reason men over 50 fall off their nutrition is friction. Not lack of knowledge, not lack of motivation. Friction. The gap between knowing what to eat and actually eating it. Meal prep requires time, equipment, planning, and energy. A can requires a can opener and a fork. Remove the friction and you remove the excuse. Remove the excuse and you eat consistently. Eat consistently and you build muscle. That's the entire chain. Everything on this list works cold, works fast, and works for men who have jobs, families, and zero patience for a 45-minute meal prep session on a Sunday afternoon. The information was always available. The execution just got a lot simpler. Number 4. Canned lentils. Lentils in a can are one of the most underused muscle-building tools available to men right now. 1 cup, 16 grams of protein, more than chickpeas, more fiber, more iron, and a glycemic profile that keeps blood sugar stable for hours, which matters for cortisol management, which matters for testosterone, which matters for everything. Here's the mechanism. Cortisol and testosterone run on a direct seesaw. When blood sugar spikes and crashes, which happens when you eat garbage between meals, cortisol goes up. When cortisol goes up, testosterone goes down. Lentils prevent the spike. Stable blood sugar, lower cortisol, higher testosterone. From a can. Dose, half a cup to 1 cup. Rinse. Eat cold or at room temperature. Add a drizzle of olive oil and a pinch of cumin if you want it to taste like something you actually chose to eat. The men getting the best results after 50 are not the ones with the most expensive supplements. They are the ones who figured out how to eat consistently without making it complicated. Lentils in a can is that answer. Number 5 is the one that most men over 50 are actively deficient in and don't know it. Coming up right now. Number 5. Canned black beans. Protein, 15 grams per cup. But that's not why this is on the list. Black beans are here because of what they do for the men who are training hard and recovering slowly and wondering why. 1 cup of canned black beans delivers roughly 90 to 120 milligrams of magnesium, about 25% of your daily requirement in a single serving. Magnesium is the mineral most training men are running low on, not because they don't eat enough in general, because training depletes it faster than a typical diet replaces it. Low magnesium means poor sleep quality. Poor sleep quality means your body isn't recovering the way it should overnight. And for men over 50, that overnight recovery window is not optional. It's where a significant portion of your results actually happen. Black beans help close that gap. Not a supplement, not a powder with an X in the name. A can of beans. Dose, 1 cup, cold, rinsed, add lime juice and salt, takes 30 seconds. Tastes like something you chose on purpose. For men over 50 specifically, magnesium also supports cardiovascular function, blood pressure regulation, and joint health. This is not a muscle-only food. This is a full system food, in a can, for under $2. What's coming next is the combination I mentioned at the start, the one most men never put together. This is where the list gets interesting. How many men do you know who are training consistently, eating what they think is enough protein, and still not recovering the way they should? Be honest, that's not a training problem. That's a nutrition problem. Number 6 fixes it. Number 6. Canned kidney beans combined with canned salmon. I told you at the start that this was the combination most men never think to make. Here's exactly why it works. Canned salmon is already a complete protein. Every essential amino acid, high bioavailability, omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D. It does not need to be fixed or complemented. It is already doing its job. So, why add kidney beans? Because the job of building muscle is not just about protein, it's about the environment that protein operates in. And kidney beans build that environment in ways that salmon alone cannot. Here's what kidney beans bring to this combination. 15 grams of additional protein. Substantial fiber that slows digestion and keeps blood sugar stable, which keeps cortisol down and testosterone up. The same mechanism we covered in number 4. Potassium, which supports muscle contraction and helps regulate blood pressure. Zinc, which feeds directly into testosterone synthesis. And a low glycemic load, that means the protein from both sources gets absorbed steadily over time, rather than in one spike that your body can't fully use. Salmon brings the complete protein, the omega-3s that reduce post-training inflammation, and the vitamin D that supports testosterone production and bone density. Kidney beans build the hormonal and digestive environment that makes all of that work harder. Together, they deliver approximately 45 grams of high-quality protein, anti-inflammatory fats, cardiovascular support, and the mineral profile your muscles need to actually contract, recover, and grow. From 2 cans, in 90 seconds, for under $6. For men over 50 specifically, this combination addresses the 3 main reasons muscle building slows down after 50. Protein availability, covered by the salmon. Inflammation, covered by the omega-3s. Hormonal environment, covered by the zinc, potassium, and blood sugar stability from the beans. This is not a meal. This is a system. The supplement industry would take the nutritional profile of this combination, isolate the components, put them in separate tubs with different names, charge you $120 a month, and tell you it was engineered for men over 40. It's 2 cans. It's been sitting in your grocery store the entire time. The man who figured this out 12 weeks ago looks different than he did 12 weeks ago. The man who is still waiting for the perfect meal prep routine looks exactly the same. Remember what I said about cortisol and testosterone in number 4. Number 7 makes that entire mechanism work harder. Last item. Pay attention. Number 7. Canned pumpkin. Not pumpkin pie filling. Pure canned pumpkin. 1 ingredient. No sugar. No additives. This is the item that ties the entire list together, and it is also the item that will make you look at me like I've lost my mind. Stay with me. 1 cup of canned pumpkin. 3 grams of protein, which is not why it's here. It's here because of what it does to everything else on this list. Canned pumpkin is one of the richest sources of beta-carotene available in any shelf-stable food. Beta-carotene converts to vitamin A in the body, and vitamin A is part of the hormonal signaling chain that keeps testosterone production running properly. Most men aren't clinically deficient, but most training men aren't optimizing it either. There is a difference between not being deficient and actually having what your body needs to perform at the level you're asking it to perform at. Canned pumpkin is one of the cheapest ways to make sure that chain doesn't have a weak link. It also delivers potassium, which supports the muscle contraction and recovery cycle we've been building throughout this list. And it delivers fiber, which supports the gut health and protein absorption chain I mentioned with the chickpeas in number 3. But here's the real reason this is on the list. Canned pumpkin is one of the lowest calorie, highest nutrient density foods available in any grocery store. For men over 50 who are managing body composition, building muscle while not adding unnecessary body fat, this is the kind of food that fills nutritional gaps without adding caloric load. Dose: ½ cup to 1 cup. Eat it straight. Mix it with canned black beans and a drizzle of olive oil. Add cinnamon if you want something that tastes like a decision you made on purpose. 30 seconds. No stove. The fitness industry never told you about canned pumpkin because there is no way to make it sound like a premium product. It's orange. It comes in a can. It costs $1.20, and it supports your hormonal environment, muscle recovery, gut health, and body composition simultaneously. Your grandmother probably had it in her pantry. She also had better energy at 70 than most people have at 35. That's not a coincidence. That's information. 7 items, all from a can, all under $3 each, all working while you do nothing complicated. Here's what you do tonight. Not this week. Tonight, open 1 can of salmon. Open 1 can of kidney beans. Rinse the beans. Mix them in a bowl. Add olive oil. Add salt. Eat it. That's roughly 45 grams of complete, high-quality protein. Omega-3s. Zinc, magnesium, potassium, and vitamin D. That's the baseline. If you want to add to it, ½ cup of canned pumpkin on the side. 30 seconds. Done. Total cost, under $6. Total prep time, under 2 minutes. Total equipment required: a can opener, a bowl, and a fork. This is the minimum effective dose. You don't need to do all 7 items tonight. You need to do this 1 combination tonight and see what happens when you stop making nutrition complicated. The men who are building muscle after 50 are not doing anything exotic. They are doing simple things consistently. This is the simple thing. Start tonight. Here's the truth about this list. None of this is new information. Canned salmon has been in grocery stores for 100 years. Lentils have been feeding populations for thousands of years. Chickpeas built civilizations before the supplement industry existed. The reason most men don't know this is not because the information was hidden. It's because there's no money in telling you that a $2 can of sardines does more for your recovery and your hormonal health than a $60 supplement. So nobody with a financial incentive to tell you ever did. This channel does not sell supplements. This channel does not have a sponsor with a product that needs your money. This channel has one job: tell you what actually works and let you decide what to do with it. Now go open the can.